Hello. Can you hear me? Oh, let me put on that BGM. There we go. Hello. Uh, so it's let's go. Let's go. Hi hi. Come on TV. Oh my God. I'm sorry. It's a face reveal. Hello. As you can read on the title, it is Makeup 101, and later we'll do some drawing. Yeah. I've been waiting for this stream for years. Drawing for men. Sorry, makeup for men. I mean, I just put that because like it's gonna go over like the most basic of basic stuff. Like I'll try to make it as I should be lurking, but also making notes. Hello, thank you, Mimi, for 4 months of premium coffee membership. Thank you, thank you. Oh, the Twitch still says yeah. I forgot to switch. This was too impromptu. I forgot to edit. Makeup 101. That's fine. Okay, there we go. So we have our beautiful model here, a Moai figurine. It's not even like the actual statue, it's just like a little miniature. So we will use this, it'll be like a miniature. It's like painting a miniature. If you can remember the steps to painting a miniature, you can remember the steps to doing makeup, okay? Lodan, thank you so much for subscribing to ST Coffee. Thank you. Can we use latex to paint for the makeup? Unfortunately, I think if you have latex allergies, you may die. But how does one get skin like that? Okay, so let's pretend you do have skin like this. It's a little rough, you know. It's a little poor, like the texture is quite noticeable, right? What are some of the stuff that you can do to kind of help with that if you want to be a little smooth? Hello, how late are you? Not late at all. We just started like 3 minutes ago. So, what are some of the steps there? First, skincare, right? That's just if like having textured skin is a concern at all, then skincare will do a lot of the heavy lifting, okay? And this doesn't have to be complex. Obviously, depending on what your skin type is, the product that you choose will differ, but the general gist is you want to clean it, right? Clean that shit. Clean this shit, okay? And cleaning a face wash. Right? You want a face wash. And then if you want to go for an even deeper clean, there are chemical exfoliants. And this could range from like mild, like really like gentle exfoliation to pretty like strong exfoliation, right? So that depending on how like sensitive your skin is, start with the gentler ones. And the reason why I say chemical is because with like Saint Ivory or something. Wait, was it Saint Ivory? Saint Ives or something? I choked on it. I choked on my spit. Hold on. Sorry. I'm back. I'm sorry, thank you so much for the gulp tidbit or something. Can we use 13 in 1 for this step? No. No. Can we use like the ivory soap? Honestly, Dawn soap. You could. I don't see why not. But generally, you could get like a cheap face wash that's just like made for faces because of the pH balancing and everything, blah blah. Also, it's usually a little gentler. It doesn't leave residue. For example, like hand soap or something, they might have extra oils and stuff. You want yeah, Dawn dish soap. Dawn dish soap, you could, I think. It's just gonna take a while for you to wash that shit off. I never done it, so I can't say yes or no, but I'm like, I don't. No, you know what I would say? The scent is a little strong, so I wouldn't recommend it in that aspect. Also, I wouldn't recommend it in that aspect because you would rather get less scented products for faces because face does tend to be more sensitive. So if your face could get react to scent. Yeah, you've been using face wash for a while now, and it has noticeably helped. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, like honestly, face wash is like the basic thing you could do, right? You have oils, you have dead skin. Wash that shit off. You'll feel really refreshed afterwards too. So definitely every night, okay? This one every night. And wait, let me do this in like red. I would say face wash every night. You don't have to do face washing every morning in terms of soap and water, like face wash like soap and water. I actually just rinse my like splash like wash my face with just water. Just because my skin tends to run dry, so if I do use soap in the morning too, then my face just starts flaking. So depending on if you run oily, washing it every morning and night might help you because when you wake up, your face just like has been generating oil on like pumping it out, right? So so for some people, if they do run oily, washing it as well in the morning may help you, but my face is a factorial map, exactly. But if your skin does like you know, run dry, I would say just like rinse off, you know, and like just get a little bit of that grime off, but still keep some of the natural oils on, and then do like a very light skincare routine in the morning. So, what are the skincares, right? Also, chemical exfoliants. I would just say start off with like once a week. You know. Mm-hmm. It seems like a nice dream. Oh, thank you. We're just going over basic skincare right now, and I'm breaking it down into like steps and like maybe like frequencies, so that way it's not too overwhelming. And this one is a lot more optional, right? So I shouldn't do it in red. This one is like optional. So I would say optional. Yeah, I'm breaking it down. So, why do I say it's optional? Because like are you gonna notice the difference? Really? If you've never washed your face, are you gonna notice the difference with like exfoliation? For washing your face will already make that a vast like improvement, okay? So, once you got this down, then you could think about starting this one, okay? But first, this one. This is the necessity part, okay? Washing your face. Get that dirt off. And then it's like every night, and then optional. Every morning. Yeah, baby steps first, okay? Actually, that's really hard to read, this color. So let's do a more dark. Yeah, that's a little easier to read. Pillowcase vacancies. Whenever you wash your sheets, you should always wash your pillows as well. I do. I try to do once a week. Sometimes I do get busy though, so it may be a little like more like 2 weeks. I try to do once a week though. Pillowcase, that's once a week too, but I usually flip it midway. Just because like sometimes it feels too grimy even for me. Cause I also shower before sleeping, and so it doesn't get as bad. And I shower every single day. In terms of my hair, though, I do put a little bit of things of like washing it and then not washing it and then washing it. You just buy a new one once a year. Wash once a week, twice a month. Got it. Oh my god. So it's like, yeah, like showering before bed does stretch out the lifespan a bit, but I would aim for once a week if you can. I know some people do like once a month, and I think that's a little much. I think at maximum twice, once every 2 weeks. Okay, that's like the most maximum. I think you should try stretching it. That's when you're like, okay, I'm gonna get stinky. I'm getting stinky every single time I get into bed. Yeah. So 2 weeks is the max I would suggest. I'm guilty of it. Like obviously, like I'm guilty of that too. When like sometimes life gets really busy, and by the time you have time to do the laundry, it's already bedtime. So yeah, it does happen, which is why 2 weeks is, I would call it, the maximum. And yeah, buying a set of sheets, I'm like set would make it easier. I actually lost my second set. I don't know where it went. I've been searching for it. So we just have to wash the sheets and then do it in one day. I'm like, I should really buy a third set, because the second set is somewhere else. Yeah. Oh my god, makeup, teach me. Instructions unclear, design about Icebound Snap 2 instead. What the fuck? Celador, is that you? Why are you in my makeup stream? Oh my god. Hello. But yes, wait, actually though, Icebound Snap 2. Wait, actually, I already pulled it in RDO. Can we have Lost in Thoughts 2? Actually, can we please? Okay, I'll stop. No, that's crazy. Too strong, but it was so good. It was so, yeah, it was too strong. I admit. Okay, so we went over the face washing, right? We went over the chemical exfoliation, right? Okay, next, you obviously need to moisturize. Obviously, right? Moisturize. So this could come in a few different steps, okay? The main one would obviously be a moisturizer. And this could be like face cream, right? Lotion, face lotion. So this is the most essential step. So what this is like encompassing, these are all like kind of like a cream, or like cream or lotion. Sometimes cream can be a little too heavy for people who have oilier skin. So in that sense, there are more like milky. They call it like a milk formula, where it's a little bit more of a liquidy lotion formula. So you can go for that instead, where it says lotion, but it's kind of more of a liquidy formula, because face cream is quite heavy. Yeah, and I always use cream because otherwise I will absolutely flake into oblivion. So I use cream, but there are like lighter liquid-based formulas as well. So depending on your skin type, you could go for either or, right? So this is the most essential part. This one is, I would say, a must. Now, there are other steps that you can add to complicate this matter. For example, a toner. And what does a toner do? It could do a multitude of things. There's so many things that everyone will put into a toner. Like this is the magic serum that you do before a moisturizer. But some of the stuff that it can do is like pH balancing, right? pH balance. It could add, it could rehydrate your skin because you washed it, you patted it down dry. Now, your skin, because your skin is a little bit dry, once you've like dried away the water, you want to add back moisture to your skin, so that way the other thicker formulas, for example the moisturizer, can soak in better. So if you like think about it this way, like take a toilet paper, right? Take a toilet paper and you like put like a ballpoint pen and you tap it, right? The red dot from the ballpoint pen is only gonna stay here if it's a dry toilet paper, right? But if for example, if we do it to like this corner and this part's like soaked with water a little bit, if you if you dip your red pen, it starts bleeding out, right? Because you've gotten rid of that water tension, the fluid tension, so to speak. So that's why toner can help like ease up your skin, like set up your skin to start taking in the other stuff that's a little thicker, easier. Phantom, thank you so much for the gifted membership. Thank you. Thank you so much for another gifted membership. Thank you. Yeah, it's like thinning out your paints, exactly. Or like if you ever, for example, the slip layers are a thing for like nails where you like do like a really thin like layer first, and then you put like a thicker coat, so that way it self levels a little better. So in that sense, like you want that little bit of like slip layer. So toner is kind of like that. So toner is there to like be, yeah, we'll call it the paint thinner. The paint thinner. So that's generally the job of the toner, and then companies obviously add like other effects to it to like sell it even more and sell it even for higher, blah 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 blah. I like to do a gentle exfoliating toner, just like a very daily toner type of thing, just because then I don't have to worry about this. Oh my god, thank you so much, Mary, for gifted membership. Thank you. Yeah, so I like that. There are other ones where it says like additional hydrating toners. So there's like this like snail essence toner that I was using for a while, but honestly, I wasn't too sold on it, so I used a gentle exfoliating toner for my end. So that's what toner is. Yeah, snail mucus stuff is pretty popular in K-beauty. Yeah. Will I say that I feel the effects of it when I tried it? Oh, rice water? Rice water is good. There is actually a brand that does do rice water toner, and I actually use a rice water serum and moisturizer from that brand. I forgot what the brand is. I could go grab it. I think it's from. No, that's the Sephora brand. It's an Asian brand. So that's what I use for other stuff. Oh yeah, so there's serum, right? Serum is like a thick like. This is where you get your anti-aging stuff. This is where you get your anti-aging, your like wrinkle care. Wrinkle care. Perhaps for some people it's like the acne care as well, acne scarring. Yeah, it's more like those types of like intenser care. So serum is like the I have specific things that I want to take care of. I have specific like dark spots as well. That's a serum. That's what I would group under serum. Retinol serums for anti-aging, wrinkle care, acne scarring serums. I don't actually have acne scarring, so I don't buy products for that. So I'm not sure what are some good like chemicals for that. I know like niacinamide is really popular for people who do tend to get acne. Niacinamide actually breaks me out really bad. It like crackles my skin, so I try to avoid that. But those type of, there are like chemicals that are known for certain things. So for acne prone, niacinamide is like the miracle chemical for me. It just like makes me like a fucking desert. So yeah. I try to avoid it, but everything has that these days. And then we have the oil, the face oil. This is also like if you need extra like moisturizing, right? And that I only use like really dry winters sometimes. So the oil is like obviously the most like extra step. So if I so moisturizer, the most essential. Toner could help. So that's why I'm putting it in black, because toner would actually help, but it's also like like an extra step that people might get turned off by. So if you're gonna go for one out of the two, definitely the moisturizer, but toner will help make the moisturizer work a little better. Mm-hmm. Use oil instead of moisturizer, or with it. I double up. I use moisturizer and then serum and then oil. Like sometimes my skin gets really dry, like real dry, but it's only very seldomly. So I like right now I don't have oil in my skin routine. So that's that. So it's getting long. Hold on, let me change camera size. All right. So after we do all this, right? What happens? With all this, we can say that our Moai model is gonna start looking a little smoother, like a little smoother, and then their skin's gonna be hydrated. Wow. They're practically radiating. There we go. Obviously, it's not gonna smooth out everything. Wait, hold on. Let me do this, and then like, but you can start seeing the effects of it, right? Like it will start smoothing out some of the texture. But obviously, skincare is a lifetime thing, so you might start. It's gonna be slow. Don't expect immediate results. But honestly, hydrated, moisturized, in your flourishing, exactly. Shaving effect oh, how much does shaving affect skincare? That's a really good question. I would say shaving would make it easier because you don't have to avoid that area. I will say aftershave would help with the ingrown hair, and actually keeping it moisturized might help with that too, because your skin is gonna be more supple, so you might not get as much like razor burn or like ingrown hairs once your skin is like pretty moisturized. You can use my cheek to light matches too, so anything is an improvement. Oh my goodness. And Grave, yes, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Oh shit, thank you so much. Welcome in, everyone, welcome in. What if it's the gifting alcohol is stove scuffed? Oof. Don't worry about it. I think it's because most of the active members are already membered. Oh, also, I can't forget this. If this is the morning, AM only. Oops, I can't spell only. Sunscreen. And this I will put in red, because even on like the lowest of the UV days, it is your UV is the UV only UVA? There's also UVAB, UVB, 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 UVB. Hey, Final Dope, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. I can confirm exfoliating makes shaving easier, but exfoliating just before or after shaving can be uncomfortable though. Maybe my skin. No. Exfoliating before or after is not recommended. But exfoliating generally once, if you do it once a week, try to separate it like 24 hours from like the day you're shaving it. Okay. So it does make it a little sensitive, which is why like maybe on a weekend you'll exfoliate, and then during the work week you could just shave every day and it's fine. Oh my god. Perry, thank you so much for my 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. Are you guys trying to get these? I'm sorry for not having high evasion. Why is your deck so high? Lower down. That's crazy. So I would say like exfoliating probably does help a lot with like ingrown hairs and like shaving in general. So took the High-Dex Kirito pill. Damn. Shaving what? Like beard or body. But yeah, sunscreen. Get the SPF. I would say 50. And then wait, what was it? Hold on, let me grab my sunscreen. It's like PA? No, yeah, PA. I was right. PA plus. So SPF is for the UVA. PA is for the UVB. And you know what UVB does? It gives you cancer. It gives you cancer. So wear that shit every day. UVA actually gets filtered out by like clouds and stuff. And but UVB, it does not get filtered out as much. So I would still recommend wearing it every day. Oh my goodness. Nay, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. And oh shit, Aquarius, thank you so much for another 5 gifted memberships. Wait, did Bearby Dry thank you for the 5 gifted memberships too? Holy. Thank you. Oh my god, you need to get some items in Dark Souls. Your Stabby's still evading you. What the? Damn, Mimi's looking dry. Yeah, he's moisturized. Look at this. Look at the sparkle. So yes, now Mimi is moisturized, right? And getting a little smoother. So now let's go to the makeup stage. Makeup. So you've been doing your skincare. You freshly woke up in the morning. You did your morning routine of rinsing off your face, putting moisturizer again, putting on sunscreen. Okay, now what? So, if the texture of your skin bothers you, okay? If it doesn't, you could completely ignore this. But if the texture of your skin still bothers you, like you've been doing your skincare, but it's just still a little, bumpy for your liking, for like a smooth surface to put makeup on, you can always get a primer. And there's a multitude of different primers, but there are like smooth photo finish primer and blah 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 blah. It has like silicone in it, so it will clog your pores, right? But it will fucking blur the shit out of your pores. So now now we go for the actual like blending all those pores, just silicone. I would say, okay, for the skincare portion, you don't really have to wait between the steps. I usually tap it all in, and then when I'm doing the face wash, like toner, I tap. Then I put moisturizer, I tap, and then I put in like the serum, tap, and then sunscreen. Sunscreen I don't tap. Now that I think about it, but between the skincare and makeup. Between here, wait, why can't I draw anything? Oh, it's because I'm done. Make sure start with dry skin, or start with the skincare having made your like skin like you can't feel the products, but maybe there's a little bit of a tack to it, just a little bit of a tack, but like it's like okay, it's like moisturized type of thing. Start with a face, a drier face. Start with like, start after like 10 minutes. From skincare routine. Okay? I would say 5-10 minutes should be good enough. Yeah, I was like, dry skin isn't quite correct. Like, I'm like, for me, what I do is when I wake up, I wash my face, I do my skincare, and then I change into the outfit of the day, and that's usually 5 minutes, right? And then I go to my vanity and start doing like my skincare. So by the time I do that, the skincare is already pretty soaked in. Yeah. So, I mean, five. If I can't find a sock, 10. I think sometimes I can't find my stockings or something. So then I have to dig a little bit. Yeah, but 10 is a lot. I never take that long picking out an outfit for the day because I don't have a lot of different clothing. I all my clothing matches with each other, so I could just grab a random top and a random bottom, and I'll be okay. Um, but anyways, that's how I design my closet because I don't like wasting time trying to figure out what to wear. Anyways, so primer. Primer will literally blur the shit out of these. Now you have beautiful smooth skin. Wow. Okay, but perhaps you have a little bit like a rose, like redness, or something. Like maybe you have a little bit of rosacea or something, and then maybe you have a little bit of acne that popped up, because you just started your skincare. Maybe it wasn't quite the perfect fit for your skin, etc. Those ones, that is discoloration that you cannot cover with just primer, right? So, um, then you would go with your foundation. And this, I think everyone knows foundation. Foundation is the foundation, so to speak. Foundation is what all the other makeup goes on top of. So primer, everyone who doesn't like models or miniatures or paints them would know what a primer is. It primes the face. It primes the face for everything that goes on top, like the colors. So foundation would be like would be the one that just puts a base color, right, to your face. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we will go with, like, for example, let me, can I just do this? I wonder if this works. Okay, yeah. So it will change everything to one color. Wow. And depending on the coverage, there are full coverage. I use a skin tint because I don't like thick foundation, and sometimes, like, because my skin runs so dry, like, if it's a higher coverage foundation, it might wrinkle, like, and like dry out some parts of my skin. So I use a skin tint that's a lot lighter, but also that means it won't cover, like, if I have acne scarring or acne somewhere, or like dark spots, etc. So it won't cover those as well. It'll just kind of put a little bit of a blur evening tone to my face, but that's about it. Foundation is foundation wise words, exactly. I'm like, it's in the name. I don't know how else I could describe it. So foundation will basically make all of your skin one color, depending on how high the coverage is, right? Or it'll just be like, oops, not darken, normal. Okay. Or it'll just be like a little bit of like a glaze on top, like this. Like this, yeah. So, we'll just do a combination of the two, right? We'll just take midway of the two. It's like a glaze on top, and then also evens out all the color. So now you have a pretty good base for your. So this is where you could start doing your actual makeup that everyone sees. Okay, so now, do you perhaps not sleep? Especially during like a convention or something, right? Where you might be putting on makeup to cosplay. Do you perhaps chug energy drinks all day, every day? Oops, wait, hold on. It's like no matter how high coverage the foundation, those dark circles are coming out, right? No matter what you do, it's still there. That's when you could call upon a concealer senpai. Conceal that shit. So this is like a really thick, high pigmented version of a foundation. It's thicker. Wait, okay, it's thicker, it's strong, and it's It's a strong, independent woman. Thick and strong. Okay, so now you could take, you know, this concealer. Usually you want to go a little brighter tone than your foundation, so that way you could like kind of balance out the dark spots that you're covering with a concealer, right? So some people, so what you do is you lay it down, right? Like for example, your under eye, or like for example, some girls like to put this so that the smile line is a lot less noticeable. And then like for example, if you had acne, you could just pop it right there to cover it, or like there's like a little you know, pore bump that just doesn't get covered even with like the foundation and stuff and primer. So you could just like, and then you could start shaping your face. Like for example, you want your lips to look a little bit more upturned, you could just put a little concealer like this, and then you let it sit for a bit. You let it sit for like 5 minutes. So during that time, you could just watch a TikTok reel or something. Then once you let it sit for a little bit, then you kind of take like a, I would suggest for those that are starting out to get a cushion. Let's see, everything here has all been like, you know, things you could do with your hands. Even foundation, you could, but like for example, for foundation and concealer, I would guess something like a cushion like this, or like just a flat like a teardrop cushion like this. And they're kind of called marshmallow cushions. Wait, let me double check on, like, I just buy it if I see it at the store. I don't check like for it. Cushion puffs. Cushion puff. Ah yes. Okay. So this is the one I have. Copy image. This is like the one I have, but it's like a little squishy. So it's like this. You know how like everyone used to use beauty blenders? I like this far more than beauty blenders because A, you don't have to moisten this, you know. you don't have to wet it and like squeeze it dry. It does work better if there's a little bit of moisture though, so I kind of spray it, like spritz it with setting spray. A new character enters the screen. Setting spray. This shit is the GOAT, okay? This shit is the GOAT. This one, I use it for more like spritzing the setting spray like on my like puff cushion. Yeah, I think it's called a cushion puff. So cushion puffs. This is the most beginner friendly thing that I think you would benefit from. Like brushes for like foundation or concealer, I would not recommend that to a beginner. It's because you get brush strokes very easily. So in terms of easy blendability, I think I think like one of these would be your best bet. Also, like don't buy a beauty blender because those shit are overpriced like crazy. So I would suggest this. And then what you do, you spritz a little bit of like setting spray so that it's a little moist. And then you start patting the, like for example, once you put like foundation all over your face, you start patting it and you start blending it all so that you have a smooth surface, right? So and then concealer, you also want to blend it in. And the reason why I said like a triangle shape at first is because you could kind of like, you know, turn it into like a little taco. A little taco, like having one of your like finger here, right? This is a finger, and they usually have like a band. So you make it into like this curved shape around your finger, so that way you get like a pretty, like you get this area that you could use for blending, and that helps a lot when you have where's my, oh there we go, when you just want to blend out these areas, and you're just like tap tap tap. Also, don't drag it, okay? Always tap it. Because you don't want to drag and like you know, move the foundation that you have. Always tap 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 tap, and you start blending it out. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Stipple. Tap tap tap. So, oh my god. And then you could like add a little bit more if you tapped out too much. And then just be like, okay. I don't have bags on anymore. Cool. And my smile line, they're like, it's brighter, so it doesn't look like it's like, going in and wrinkling. Cool. And wow, I look like I have a little bit of a smile, even though I'm dead inside. Cool. Okay. So we've done that. Wow, what a difference. So that's what your concealer is for, okay? So concealer, I would say a little lighter. And oh yeah, and so wow, okay, it's doing stuff. Now the next stage some people will go for, if you're doing like a cosplay, right? Or and you want to get to like, or even like for normal makeup, if there's a feature about you that you're still trying to like, but you just don't like it yet and you want to change it, that's where contour, shading, yeah. Yeah, I would say contouring. By the way, all of these optional, right? Except for the foundation. I would say the foundation, whether you if you are going to put on makeup foundation for like if you're dressing up as someone, I would say it's a little bit more crucial. Like for example, I use very minimal foundation, so it's not like a make or break deal. And if you're just going to the office and doing like everyday stuff, you might even skip the foundation in general. But yeah, it's like I don't like calling it mandatory, to be honest. I would just say, if you're gonna start doing everything of these, you should do this. if you're gonna do like all of these, you might as well do the foundation, to help to like minimize having to do these, if that makes sense. But if you're not doing concealer, contouring, whatever, what have you, and then you might not even need foundation. Then you might not. Maybe you have flawless skin. That could be something you have. I do not have flawless skin. I just don't give a shit. After a certain point, I just do not give a shit. So, there's that. So contouring. What's contouring? It's a shading palette, right? Start shading. So these are darker shade. And this is just like, if you want to change the shape. Yeah, like you don't need foundation. You're just putting eyeliner, lip gloss or something, but you should use foundation if basically if you're gonna put all that other stuff on your face for like the base face makeup, you might as well do foundation. But also if you just want a little spruce up makeup, lip gloss, works great. A little blush maybe works great. Or like eyeliner, mascara, like everything becomes a little optional, So in makeup, I feel like there's no real mandatory thing. So that's why I'm not putting anything really in red. Because you could always mix and match. So, but if you're gonna go for these things, you might as well do foundation. This is the easiest. The foundation, I would say foundation is the most, it's your 13-in-1 shampoo. Okay, we know you guys like that 13-in-1 shampoo. It will do a lot of the heavy lifting. So, it will do a lot of the heavy lifting. So if you're just gonna do everything, do the foundation as well. So, now, the contouring is where you're like, oh, I just, my, the person that I'm, maybe dressing up as has a little bit more of a tinier chin than I do, And I just want that chiseled, like, cheekbone, Chad look. Why not? Let me just okay, For example, a lot of contouring guides will say make a 3 here, but that's not what you want. You want chiseled cheekbones, right? So really try to figure out what feature you're going for with contouring. So this is why this is advanced. I would say this is like advanced tech. Advanced tech. So I wouldn't worry about it if you don't get it, but if you do want to like start shaping your face, contouring is where the magic happens. And so, like, for example, it's usually a darker, kind of like a more neutral tone shade, because you want to emulate shadow, like a cooler tone shadow. So you want to go for a little bit cooler toned with like a little bit of a neutral, like less saturated color for the contouring. But for example, you're like, I want my chin to look a little like more sharp, right? And maybe I don't like how big, wide my jaws go out. So then let me just put a little bit of shading here, so it's not as noticeable when you take a photo of me from the front. That's something some people might do. Or like, I really want my nose to like look very like structured, like Greek sculpture or something. Then you could just put a little bit of shadow here, a little bit of shadow here, and wow, my nose is starting to become a lot sharper, right? Let me put this a little like this. Yeah. Wow, my nose is starting to become a lot more prominent, for example. So yeah, it's like volumetric highlights. Yeah, like the contouring would act as the highlighted parts. The concealer would brighten up certain parts, right? The contouring shadow bits would darken up the other parts. There's also highlighters to even amplify it more. But now we're getting to the really intense stuff, right? Like you start putting a highlighter here to make that little button nose, and you put like highlighter here to like really bring focus to your eyes, and like you want that cheekbone to like slice a bit. So you start putting a highlight here. You put a little highlight here so your lips look a little thicker and plumper, That's highlighter. But I don't think you want to go that far, right? Even contouring, I feel like you don't. So contouring, yeah, contouring also does encompass highlight. Okay, this encompasses shade. Yeah, we'll just call it shading, right? Which is darker shadows and highlights. Yeah, I'll say this. So contouring is just the thing that puts depth to your face. So like this, you'll go from a flatter canvas to whatever godly like Everest peak you want to put on your face. Okay. But what if I want to look pretty? I mean, that's subjective. So there's no like one formula for that, right? And whatever your face may be, the best makeup in my eyes is always the ones that flatter, like that amplifies certain features that you naturally have. That brings attention to the features that you like about yourself. Instead of changing it and forcing it to be something else, I always think makeup that's most flattering to you is the ones that build off of what you already have. But anyways, so now that we did the face, this is all face. Face. Let's call the face mostly done for now. Oh wait, hold on. In terms of changing the color, the shades, whatnot. Okay, now let's say you want to set this whole. This is my routine, so it's a little bit colored by how I would do things. Because blush could go anywhere, like between contouring or after, and that depends on the formula. And then there's also setting powder. So okay. Let me rewind a bit. So foundation and concealer, these two are wet. These two are wet formulas, right? So foundation, it's a liquid, right? Or there's like cushion foundation. There are powder foundations as well, which are a little bit more beginner friendly, but if you want them to be fuller coverage, it's gonna look cakey. So let's just say you get a liquid foundation. And then concealers are usually a cream, right? Those are the only formulas I've ever seen for concealer. So these are wet formulas. Now, contouring could be a cream. Contouring could be a cream formula as well. For the sake of this argument, let's just say it is, then you will still do it before the setting powder. And the blush could be a powder or cream or tint. There's a lot of different blushes. I use a cream formula, like a cream formula for blush. Hey, am I'm allowed to talk here? Oh, were you blocked? Welcome back. Oh, wait, shadow band? Is that still a thing? Welcome back. I don't know why you couldn't talk in the channel. Welcome back. YouTube being weird. Damn. We have Twitch. What? I don't have that option. What? Is my Twitch the sub only? Hold on. What? I think that's new. Wait, it's been sub only for a while? Oh my god. Okay, apparently I unlocked that feature and never noticed. That it was on purpose? No! I'm sorry, welcome back everyone! Welcome back everyone! Sorry! Oh, it was not on purpose. It was normal earlier. Damn, what the? Okay. Well, yeah, we can potentially do sub-only chat now. Just letting the rip happen. I didn't know. Yeah, that's new. Okay. For me. Thanks. Thanks for letting me know. Where was I? Yeah, I turned it off now. I turned it off. Sorry. Where were we? Howdy. Right. So, the thing with makeup is that there's a lot of different formulations, right? Cream, tints, powder, whatever crazy thing they might start calling it stuff. It's always ever evolving. So, one rule is if you're starting with wet formulas, don't mix in the powder stuff in between. Wet formulas first. Then setting powder. Setting powder, yeah, then setting powder, and then dry formulas. Dry powder formulas. So we are learning like a cake. No, so okay. So what happens is, let's pretend this is your skin, right? Wait, you're not blue. Maybe you are. Let's pretend this is your skin, right? And then you put like your foundation on top. And this is like a liquidy foundation, right? I'm in traffic and I heard sip only chat. No. So this is liquidy, right? And then, for example, if you have a cream blush, like for example what I do, then then it blends pretty well with like a liquid, because we talked about those like liquid like surface tension, right? So it still blends really well. You could make it like merge, etc. And then the concealer as well, it'll blend really well because it's a cream formula. But what if you put powder, right? For example, a black eye like black eyeshadow. Eyeshadows are powder, right? It's gonna stick to this liquidy base, and you won't be able to budge it. No matter what you do, it won't budge because it just fucking stuck. The powder will stick to that liquid, and it becomes infinitely harder to like blend it in, right? So what you want to do is just put like a setting powder, which is usually transparent or a little bit tinted to a peach color. Yeah, it's basically oil paints versus pigment powders. Exactly. So you want to like set this like oil pigment and cover it in this like fine powder. That'll just make it that you don't need to worry about blending because it's translucent. And now you have this protective like micro powder base that's dry to then use your pigment paint on top of, and now you could blend it, you know, without it worrying about it sticking to the liquid formula. So there you go. Learning makeup and miniature painting at the same time. Exactly. This is basically like miniature painting, you know? There's logic to the makeup order. So there you go. So that's why I'm like, this part could be like the order can depend on what the formulas you're using. But let's talk about blush, right? Pretend you did all this, and then your blush is you have a powder blush. Powder blush are a little easier to manage. Cream blushes and tint especially is a lot harder. So I would say powder is the easiest to like ease yourself into. So definitely get a setting powder though. If you have wet formulas, right? I would say setting powder is pretty important because most of the other makeup, it generally runs powder. So like blush, if you want to start like with a simpler makeup, blush powders honestly is way easier to not mess up. So blush, you usually want to put it to the app. Like people say smile and put it in the apple of your cheeks, but honestly I just deadpan look in the mirror because I'm not gonna be smiling to everyone, am I? And then I just put it right around like the apex of my cheekbone, a little bit below, like around here, you know. Sometimes and then I blend it so that it like blends up, or it blends like this. So I just basically like the most will go around here, and then like all the powder, because it's powder, I'll just blend it out a little bit from there. Yeah, it's all under the contouring. Hold on. Wait, there we go. Yeah, this is still under contouring, I would say. This is still within the well, no, hold on. Okay. This is I would say this is blush starts becoming a little different. This is like actual makeup, like color makeup, right? This is adding like blood flow, liveliness to your face. Blush, I would say, is a little different than contouring. Blush adds you look alive. And for me, I look like a ghost usually. So I do actually layer on a decent amount of blush so that I look like there's blood running through me, and I look like a live human being. So generally, I do put blush, no matter what. Cause damn, I look dead. So blush, generally I highly recommend. And then you could do the e-girl blush with like putting it like, you know, where is it? Putting it right above the nose. If you would so like to look like an e-girl, you could just make your nose a little bit, you know, not Rudolph, but like a little bit, like you just maybe had a little sniffle. You know? So that's the e-girl blush. Okay. Now, let's get to the other stuff. Change canvas. Now this is still all under face, I would say. Okay. I would say this is all on different. Now we could concentrate on the inch and individual part. I guess blush could be cheek, but you know. Whatever. That's getting a little too pedantic. Anyways, let's go for eyes. And by that, I mean eyebrows. Is there an e-boy blush? I think it's similar. Wait, no. I think e-boy blush is more like this. I'm not sure though. Don't quote me on that. But yes, let's start with eyebrows. So, for eyebrows, there's eyebrow powder, which is more popular with Asians because they want a little bit of a softer eyebrow look. And like usually they don't make their eyebrows too prominent because in Asia it's more popular to have like bangs, for example, like fringes. And so you want to just have like, you don't want the eyebrows to have too much of a presence in comparison. In the Western scene, makeup scene though, the eyebrows are pretty prominent because usually you do like, you know, curtain bangs or something, or like letting your face fully out without like fringes. Yeah, it's kind of a balance of whether you want your how prominent you want your eyebrows to be. So you could either go for like a powder, which is more Asian popular. There's also eyebrow pencil, which both cultures like to use. And then in Western culture, there's actually more of like a cream formula that like a what do they call it? It's like a eyebrow. I wouldn't say wax. It's like a cream formula that you could like draw in your eyebrows with like really thick, and then you blend it out with a brush, like so. While powder, it's gonna give a softer look either way under your normal like natural brows, right? So like if your brows are like this, and then you just want to like amplify the shape and like unify the shape a little bit, the powder would work. If you want very noticeable, very prominent eyebrows, the Western like cream formula would work. But if you want a little bit more control, like for example, if your eyebrows are a little sparse or something, or like it's not even, for example, an eyebrow pencil, you could actually just like draw it in and have a lot more control. So that's like the difference between how you can choose which type of eyebrow makeup you want. So I actually have both the powder and the pencil. For the powder for like really easy just swipe, and then the brow pencil to kind of just like put it like draw it in very specific areas that are kind of sparse and uneven, not symmetrical. So if you want just like a catch-all, I think powder should be enough. But if you want to have a little bit more of a manicured like brow look, then I would say the eyebrow pencil, because you could like, you know, go really lightly with a pencil and give it that brush look, like powder look. So the eyebrow pencil is the most versatile, but it does take more skill than the powder. And then the wax is like, you need to know what you're doing, or else you're just gonna have like a sharpie sharpie eyebrows like this, okay? So I would not recommend it if you're just starting out. unless you're going for the sharpie brow look, of course. No, but it's really easy to do that, so I would not recommend the cream for beginners. And if you have nice thick eyebrows, you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, some people do get tattooed eyebrows, because you don't want to deal with that every single day, right? Sometimes. And like some people don't like to, you know, worry if it's even or not, for example. So there's also eyeliner tattoos too. But anyways, actually you could just tattoo on a whole makeup if you really want. Some people do that too, which is dedication to the to that makeup specifically. I like to change it up sometimes, so I would never do that, but yeah. If you have thick eyebrows but you want it to stay in place though, there are like eyebrow like gels I think like you know like how there's like eyebrow mascara. Yeah. So some of them are like clear, some of them have tint, but you could do like you could have brow mascaras that kind of hold them in place. So if you want them to be in a specific shape, but you don't want to like wax like you know change how like shave or like pluck, that's an option too. Mm-hmm. Oh, if you have yeah, if it's like a singular eyebrow hair going on, they yeah, there's definitely things that like brow mascaras that would help. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You just get it waxed. No, it's for unruly eyebrows, I should say. Yeah, like if you have a cowlick of an eyebrow, you know, then it just like swipe. Yeah, plugging also always works, but then if it like leaves like a little hole, you know, then the gel might be easier. Mm-hmm. Just template online and office picture. They do have eyebrow like stencil templates too. And I don't know how well that works to be honest. I never tried it, but those do exist. Mm-hmm. And when I get an eyebrow flyer like that, I just cut it with a razor. Yeah, cutting. I also used to cut it too, but then now I just don't care enough, and I just let it be straight. I'm like, who's gonna judge me? I'm working. I do my job. Who's gonna And so yeah, I just kind of let it be. I already put on makeup. Okay, I did more than the bare minimum. So who's gonna judge me for having one eyebrow sticking out somewhere? But anyways, God can't stop your ass. Yeah. Yeah, what is God gonna do? So okay, so eyebrows. All right, now there's more. Wait, hold on. Yes. Okay, let's say you got a beautiful eyebrows. Yeah, since you have thick eyebrows, we'll just beautiful eyebrows, right? There you go. Now that the eyebrows are in place, let's go for the actual eyes. Now let me just oops. Let me just put this like here. Okay, so eyes, there's eyeshadows, there's eyeliner, and then there's mascara. And then if you're really if you really want to be extra, there's also fake lashes and contacts. These are like, wow, you really went above and beyond. These are the really above and the beyond, or the fake lashes and the contacts. I know for some people like fake lashes are like everything and they do it every single day. For me, they feel really heavy. Like one thing people don't tell you about falsies is that unless you're used to it, it's like really heavy. Yeah, they're pretty heavy. Like I'm just like, I'm gonna fall asleep. Yeah, you gotta work out your lids for the falsies. So that's one thing to keep in mind if you're gonna do falsies. Also, do not rip them off. They will hurt if you rip them off at the end of the day. Get like a little like, I don't know, hand towel or something. Like hot water on it and just like slap that shit onto your eyes and let it warm up. Okay, and then you could take it off. Stones and other stuff in them, I never tried those. Honestly, it sounds like it's gonna be even more heavy. But anyways, so let's just say for the sake of argument, because I'm not a fake lash expert, I've only worn them like twice and then I never again. So let's just, and then contacts I also don't wear because I don't wear glasses, I don't wear contacts, I just raw dog life. Eyeshadows. So eyeshadows generally powder, right? So I just remembered there's like a thing called like eye primer, and those make your eyes really tacky, but that means whatever eyeshadow you put on will fucking stay on there for the whole day. Um, but like the reason why I'm like, ah, should I mention it? Is because like it does make it tacky. So remember what I said about the liquid layer and then powder? It's a high skill ceiling, and that's why I don't use it. It'll make blending eyeshadow a fucking nightmare. So yeah, for the sake of argument, let's just forget about it. Eyeshadow, it's okay. You have setting powder, so you're fine. You're fine. Um, let's just say yeah, you could you said if you intend to cry that day or gamble with rain. Basically, I mean, yeah, it's fine for me. I wear my makeup for 8+ hours, like 10 hours a day, and it looks fine. I hope. I think it looks fine. I should get a third person opinion on that, but I still see my eyeshadow mostly intact. It's my eyeliner that starts to budge. But anyways, so eyeshadow, honestly, this one is like the most like versatile. Whatever you want to do, you might not even need it. You might even have natural eyeshadow. Like for example, like darker skinned people, I find have like natural eyeshadow. Like around their eye, it's like darker pigmented, so they don't even need to worry about eyeshadow sometimes. Which is like, damn, okay, queen. So that's just their high bags. I mean, work it then. You just have natural makeup. So what I like to do personally is I like to put a little bit of like brighter tone around here to kind of like make my eyebrow area pop a little bit more. Man, that's our eye bags. I mean, then make it an accessory. You can. Who's stopping you? No one. It's just natural eyeshadow. So yeah, so this is something I do where I just like make it a little pop a little bit more, so that way my eye, well, like I don't have deep ridges like this, like our beautiful model here, so it just makes it a little bit more like friendly shaped. I don't know how else to. And then what I like to do is go in with like a warmer pinkish warm rosy tone and just like do a little. Wait, you know what, let's go over here. Let's put an eye, a beautiful eye. This is our beautiful eye. So what I like to do is, of course, put a little bit of lighter tone, and I like to actually put it all over, so that way, yes, I put setting powder, but the eyelids are a little greasy. They are a little grease ball, okay? So sometimes I'll just put like a very skin tone powder, like eyeshadow, and just put it all over so that any other darker pigments I put will glide on very smoothly. And then I go in with like a darker, like slightly darker, like pinkish, peachy tone. And wait, hold on. Let me do it on a different layer. Let me do like this. Yes. Okay. I go in with like a peachy tone, and I use a very broad brush, like a soft brush. Okay, that was too much. Soft brush. Wait, okay. Yeah, this is more of the tone. And just go over like this around here, and say like this is your eye crease. Wait, let me do this. So say this is your eye, right? And then like your eye socket goes like this, then the shadow that I'm trying to do, I will pull the brush. I'll push the brush in like around the eye socket a little bit, like this area, and I'll like nudge the brush around this, and then around the upper portion of my eyelid, like this, right? And then I'll go in with like another darker color with a slightly smaller, like more pointed, like smaller brush, and just do like this, where it's mostly here, And then with like whatever's left over, I swipe up a little bit around that like orb, skull or orb hole. And I also put a little bit around here. This is what I do, by the way. Do you ever get stuff in the eye? Yeah, I do. But if you ask any girl if they could touch their eyeball without squirming, and if they do makeup, they will say, yeah, no problem. I'll just like pop and then take it out. Not a problem. If you ever ask that for my husband, he will actually like cry. Well, he won't cry, but he will squirm a lot and be like, no, please, no, nothing near my eye. But for girl, who does makeup, yeah, it's not whatever. It's just another Tuesday. It's just another Tuesday. So yes, I wear contacts regularly. Why am I shaking? Yeah, why are you shaking? So okay. So we have this, right? And of course, this is just like a very basic makeup. So what you're trying to cosplay or look like, this will change everything. So this is just like one of the ways you can do it. And now that you have that, I also, let's say you want a winged eyeliner, right? What I would suggest is taking a little bit of like a flathead brush, like an angled flathead brush. So like this type of brush, right? And loading it up with like a darker brown, and then going from this line, follow it, and use your brush like powdered eyeshadow first, and just like swipe it like this. So let's just say you use a slightly darker, like this. And then you're like, okay, now you have a guide for your eyeliner, right? So I usually go along with this line. Obviously, if you're doing like a character that's like a droopy eye, or you want to do like a doll, you might want to go like, okay, let me just follow my upper lid and do a swipe from there. So, but using like a brush and a darker eyeshadow to kind of make a guide for you first will help you a lot with eyeliner. Now, with eyeliner, you could go either pencil eyeliner or a liquid eyeliner. Liquid eyeliner would be much cleaner, but definitely more of a skill skill curve, because once you make a mistake, it's a lot harder to like undo or smudge it versus a pencil. So with eyeliner, for me, I use a liquid like a liquid liner, and it's usually like a brush head, right? And I use a darker brown instead of black, because this will make it a lot easier to blend it into the rest of the eye than black eyeliner. But if your eyes do tend to run like around your eyes, it does tend to run dark. Dark brown might be a little too light to show up, so then black might be the best choice. But oh my god, my like it's raining really loudly. Sorry if it's really noisy. But okay. Yeah, but now that you have this, let's say you're feeling you're feeling courageous and you get that liquid liner, right? I find it easier to go like, you know how you see videos and everyone's like, okay, how to do like liner, right? And they just go like whoop, and it's perfect. You can't hear anything. Okay, good. I'm really bad at that, because the thing is, I'll make it not even on both sides if I do that. So what I do is, with this guide, I go from the end and I just like lightly touch it and then go like this. I find this a lot easier than the other way around. And then so like the guide will already be similar. I would already check to make sure they're pretty even. So I just need to go from like the end and then do like this. And it's a lot easier to make it and like even. I hear, but it's nice sounding. Oh, nice. For me, it's thunderous. That's good. It sounds nice on your end. Some liquid courage for the liquid liner. Oh god. Don't drink and do liner. So this is like liquid liner where you'll get this really nice crisp you know, eyeline, and then you're like, okay, I got this. I really like this part because the thing with eyeliner, like liquid liner, is like makes it look like you have like your eyelashes just end here and make that perfect eye shape. That's the benefit of like liquid liner and like having that crisp cat eye, right? And then you're like, okay, let me. I usually do not go past this in terms of lining for cat eye. I do not recommend this because it is really easy to make it look cakey unless you're pretty experienced. I would say go up to here with a liquid liner and then just take like a really dark brown or like a black eyeshadow and just like bring it in and like smudge it in, you know, and blend that in. This will make it a lot easier for you to control it so it doesn't look smooth, sharpied on. So that's what I do, where I just like, okay, I made the liner, I'm gonna just use a little bit of the eyeshadow to blend that in. Oh my god, Emily Ray, thank you so much! Yokoso, minna! Hello everyone! Thank you Emily for the raid! Hi! Hello Raiders! Welcome! I'm Ko and I'm teaching my community how to do makeup because one of them requested that I teach them makeup and I was just like, you know what? I'll just do a whole stream on it. Welcome in, welcome in! I hope you had a great stream. What were you guys streaming? I do art. I draw, as you can see. I do actual drawings. Oh wait, oh. This is my community, and they want to learn how to do makeup. That one I don't know if I could show it on YouTube. But this is my community, and I draw. I do you know, TCG. A TCG called Grand Archive. I also do you know, I was like, you don't know actually, let me tell you. Survival craft games, roguelike deck building games, puzzle games. I like tabletop RPG, even though I haven't done it on my channel yet. I do have a group that I do play with in a different channel. Looks so good. Oh, thank you. Wait. Oh, thank you, Shoku, for the for giving the shout out. Thank you. Whoa, GA mentioned. I know, Grand Archive. So yeah, I mostly do like creative stuff, kind of, and play lots of games. Yeah, I made my community cute, you know, because they were the ones that requested big boobs, so I gave them the big boobs. I made them very, yes. I got permission from my community to you know, put them in any scantily clad clothing I ever so wish. So that, yeah. Yeah, I gave them the big batonkas. That I was like, in case there's also Japanese viewers, because I know that Emily is bilingual. ようこそ皆さん、こうと申します。絵とか描いています。あとゲームとかも遊んでいます。他には、カードゲーム、グランドアーカイブというかカードゲームを遊んでいて、テーブルトップ RPG トワプルなんだったっけ日本語で。まあクトゥルフグとかダンジョン&ドラゴンズとか遊んでいます。I love it. We're so sexy. Yeah. Exfoliated. Yeah, moisturized, exfoliated, in our lane. Time to put on the game face. Nice. Yeah, let's go. So, we went over all the skincare, we went over the face makeup, the eyebrows, we're going over the eyes now, and we went over like, you know, eyeshadow, we placement, we put like darker eyeshadow, like making a guide for eyeliner with a darker eyeshadow, and then using the eyeliner, whether liquid or pencil. Pencil will be easier for smudging and like fixing mistakes. So let's say you're using a pencil one, you will probably not get a very sharp line, even though you could sharpen pencils, by the way, unless you get the, you know, like the ones where you like twist and then you get this like little thing like nib. It breaks really easily, and some of them suck ass. So I don't generally recommend this type of eyeliner because you have to do your research on whether it's a good one or not, because otherwise it's shit. It's like too waxy sometimes, so you can't get anything. It's either it's too soft, so it just breaks as soon as you put even a little bit of pressure on it. These ones I hate the most. So like if you're using a pencil, get the ones that you could like, you know, sharpen. And then if you it'll probably be harder to get that nice sharp one. But if you do this with like the pencil liner, you could then like smudge it pretty easily, like this, and you'll get that natural like contour to make it look like your eyes are bigger, you know? And the one benefit of pencil eyeliner versus liquid is that you can actually put the pencil, like the liner, on your waterline, like so, to really like outline your eye. So that's something a lot of people like to do for a more dramatic eye. Which if we put it on our Moai Moai model right here. Wait, actually, can I just like copy all of this? And wait, hold on. Select. Wait. Merge select the layers. Do this, and then we. Oh, beautiful. Wow. Let's put like a pupil in, or like an iris in. Looks a little looks a little freaky, but oops. What? Okay. Oh, cancel. Let me erase some of this. Cleopatra, is that you? Is this what looks next are supposed to look like? Yeah. Okay. Obviously, you'll have like, you know, shadow from your eyelid and like this. Okay. So now you have the eyeshadow, right? Now you have your eyeshadow. Let's talk about mascara. Okay, for eyelashes, you want a Bueller, or at least it used to be called a Bueller. I think people just call it an eyelash curler now. Wait, hold on. Is it called a Bueller still? Bueller. No, wait. Buda? No, what was it? It's called a Bueller in Japanese, actually. Is it even called a Bueller in English? Oh yeah, Bueller, like a B-U-L-L-E-R. What? Oh, it's a very specific shape, a Bueller, but it is a lash curler. Okay, you know, we'll just say you need a lash curler. Unless your lashes are naturally like fucking perfect and it's like super curled already, in which case just get a mascara and fuck you. Yeah, is it those tongs? Yes, it's those tongs. So what it looks like is like Look, my lashes are actually kind of long for an Asian, but like it's pin straight, okay? It don't curl naturally. So it's kind of like this. It kind of looks like this. Like a lash curler. And there's like this little like rubber here. And what you do is say this is like, say this is your eyes, right? From the side. And you have lashes. And pretend they're not curled, right? What you want to do is take this and kind of tilt it like at a angle that's more in line with your like eyelid angle. So it's it's not 90, it's not straight. I would tilt it a little like this way. And put their eyelashes in between the rubber teeth. Right? Put it in between the rubber teeth. And then you squeeze it so that the lashes get curled like this. And like or like they get bent, right? So what you do is you squeeze it once, you let go, and then you go up a little, you go further a little bit, and you squeeze it again like this. And then if you have the length, you go back, you go further, and you squeeze it again to get that curl. And this, it's fucking locked in. Like you will get fucking. So what you want to do is go from like as close as possible without hurting yourself, because if you go too close, you might pinch your eyelid. So have like a millimeter or two away from your piece of your lash, and then like clamp, let go, move out a little bit, clamp, let go, move out a little bit, and clamp. And each time you are tilting the eyelash curler further, like this, okay, to make your lash go up to the heavens. This is like you have to move your lash from like being a little tilted to more tilted to like fucking horizontal and like doing a backflip. So that's the key to getting your very beautiful fluttery lash, if you want that. I'm extremely Laypam here. Welcome. We just talked about the lashes and how to curl them. And then for the mascara, it's like, you know, this is the most typical like mascara brush where it's like a spoolie, you know, it's like this. Like this. So for that, now that you have beautiful fluttery butterfly lashes, you want this to stay, right? You want this to stick and stay the whole time. I think one of Maybelline, this is a drugstore brand, I think one of Maybelline lash mascaras, though that one, the long lasting one, is really, really popular. But they're like $12 or so. Maybe they're high. Maybe they're pricier now. For the Asian ones, there's one called like Heroin Make. So mascara. This one is legendary, okay? I swear by this mascara, and I was kind of like flirting with other mascaras, and I regret it, because this one will make your lashes fucking curled for the whole entire day. And this one is quite affordable. Yeah, this is like the SSR of mascaras, and these are way cheaper than like Sephora mascaras. The other one is a Korean brand. It's called Kill Lash. What a name, right? Kill Lash Super Proof Mascara. This one is also quite similar, but it does have like a thinner spool, thinner wand, so it's a little easier to put on. But I think the Japanese like Heroin Make mascara makes your lashes a little bit more prominent. So if you want a more natural but like stays wherever, this one might help, might be better. But if you want that like bishoujo manga eyelashes, this is the one. This is the one. But yeah, both of these SSR tier. And they will not transfer. And what I mean by transfer is, say you have your beautiful fucking lashes, right? But once you put your mascara, and always wait like a second or two, like don't close your eyes as much as possible, or like close them by stressing your top lid so they don't go fully all the way to the bottom. You'll know when you do it. But basically you're trying to like flex your lids out like this so that you blink really fast so your lashes will never touch your bottom lid, because otherwise you might get like it might stick onto your bottom lid, right? So try not to do it for the first minute that you put on your mascara. I wouldn't say a minute, but like the first 10 seconds, right? And then you can start blinking again. But throughout the day, if you get a mascara that does transfer, it'll start slowly transferring to the bottom of your lid like this, especially like around the corner, and you'll look like a panda. The two mascaras that I showed, fucking nothing. There's absolutely nothing, even after 10-hour days. So that's why for mascara I do actually have two recommendations of like which ones to get. Everything else is like personal preference, depends on your skin, etc., you know. But for mascara, yeah. Yeah, those are the ones. And then wow, okay, let's give our Moai them lashes, you know. Why is it not showing? Oh, it's because I put the eyes here. There we go. Beautiful. The more it's getting cuter, right? And then let's just say you could put contacts on. Let's say, I don't know, what eye color do you want? We'll just put blue because it's really easy to see. Let's say you put on blue contacts. Oh my gosh. Wow. Now it's the lips. Okay, lips. Honestly, these days there's a whole bunch of stuff people do. I would say just go easy. Like there's stuff like lip liners. There's stuff like tints. There's stuff like, you know, like lip contouring techniques. Blah 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 blah. Overlining. Just get like a tinted moisture like lip. What were they called? Lip balm. Lip balm, and just like go easy and just like first moisturize your lips, right? You want a moisturized lip as a base, so definitely start with like some sort of hydrating balm, right? And if it's tinted, it'll do half the job for you. Thoughts on flavored chapsticks though? Do you use any? I do not use flavored chapsticks because I want every excuse not to lick the chapstick. Yeah, are tints highlighters? No. Tints are basically like ink. Like think of ink, right? It's like it's very translucent in a sense. It has low opacity, but it's very saturated in color. And then so basically like it'll stain. So tints are like stuff that will stain. Or if you're talking about like face tint, like face like for foundation, like face tints, then it's just like a very smooth, like see-through-ish, but like tinting formula. So low coverage, but it does unify the color a little bit more on your face. So tints are just like high transparency, high saturation though. Maybe sometimes they're not that high saturation, but like high translucency for like you know, you could also like stack them on top of each other. Layerability. There we go. That's the word. Glow in the dark lipsticks? I've never looked at them, but I wonder. Anyway, so let's say you get like a tinted balm, lip balm, right? Okay, now your lips are looking hydrated. They're looking, you know, a little peachy or like pink, rosy. And but then you're like, okay, I want plumper lips. I want to have plumper lips. That's where we get into overlining. So, you know, like, okay, let's look at your lips. Pretend your natural lips are like this, right? For ease of everyone being able to see, this is how like your natural lips are. For if you want to have a more prominent lip, depending you could overline. You see how like it's just a little bit high, like placed high. So what you do is just especially the philtrum area, you want to go a little high, like this. And then like for the bottom, it's just the center areas, right? And then you just like, okay, for the sake of our what we did right here, I'm just gonna blend it out so you don't see these. So now your lips look bigger, and you could go back in with your highlighter and just like add that shine a little higher than what it would naturally be, so that way you fake your lip ending to be up here. So that's how people do like overlining and like making their lips look a little bit bigger than what it would be. But say you just want a little bit more of a natural look, right? A really popular method was using a, what are they called? The fui lip. They're literally called fui lip pudding pots. Oh yeah, copy image. Stuff like this, where it's like a little bit like a marshmallowy texture. It's like a, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a fluffy cream texture, right? So it has a natural blurring finish. So it looks delicious. Don't eat it. So then you just like take it and then you just like put it all over your lip, and then like while you're smudging it in, you could just smudge it a little higher, and so you have that natural gradient to it, and it just like gradients out, so it kind of just like blurs the outline of your lips, so it kind of looks like it might be a little thicker than it would be. And then you go in with like a darker skin lip color and just like put in the shadow, you know, or in the center, and then put in like saturation of whatever lip color you want to be. So that way it kind of like blurs where it starts, where it ends, but like overall there's that little tint of like color, right? So now it looks like supple lips. And then if you want kissable, you know, plump, juicy lips, then you could put in a lip gloss and just put it like around here, okay? You don't have to put it all over. Lip gloss feels disgusting, by the way, so I barely use it. But you just want to put a little bit of lip gloss around here and a little bit of lip gloss around here, so that way what you get is like like shine in the right places, so it looks like your lips are juicy all around, like that. Did this help? was this easy to follow breakdown? Everything on the stream was unplanned. It was very impromptu, so so I might have missed stuff, or like this like face stuff was a little bit I went back a little bit, but juicy is the description. Hell yeah. But can I use my lip gloss lacquer paint as lip gloss? No lacquer. Don't eat the lacquer. Yeah, I need to rewatch the last part, but mostly I got it. Nice. Yeah, so for the lips, I would say try not to go for a very saturated, very opaque one, because that's easier to mess up. Get ones that are like that taupe blurring or like tinting, like not so opaque, uh just so that you make it a little easier for yourself. And then you can layer it. What I have is like a lip gloss ish thing that like tints my lips, so I could just wipe it off and then my lips will be a tinted color, so it's like a stain. Yeah, a stain, that's the word I'm looking for. A stain is good, but the ones on the West, a lot of them are like the ones you like paste on and let it dry and peel off, and it's like a tattooed stain on your lips, right? That I think has a higher like skill ceiling than like the one I use, where it's literally like a gloss and you could like blend it around the edges. Yeah. And then if it wipes off, like everything is still tinted, but it's like the edges are a little like blurry, so you don't the mistake doesn't, like if you make it a little bit weird, like not the perfect lip shape, it won't show as bad. So yeah. So can I get them from the hardware store? Go to your local makeup store, okay? See magical studies from Ko. Not gonna lie, if I was drunk, I might have thought she was drawing Alexandra to Dario. No, so wait, let's see if I could go. Okay, so we started off with. Oops. Where's the blush? Okay, we started off with this moai, right? Actually, no. We started off with this moai. And then we were like, okay, let's do skincare. Let's put on our primer. Bam. Let's, oops. And this is like our moisturized. That's why I drew it on a different layer. Oopsies. And then let's put on foundation. We're also hydrated. We have some eye bags. And then let's get rid of those eye bags with the concealer. Wow! And let's put in some shading, some contouring, and you know what? Throw in some highlights if you want. And then we're gonna cover that highlighter with a blush, but don't worry about it. Storytelling. We thought the highlighter was a little too much, so we put blush on top, and then we put on our eyebrows. And then these are all of this stuff. Okay, and then we're starting our eyeshadow process. Bam! And we get a little lashes, and then our lips and contacts. Wow! Looky, that looks like a handsome human Shrek. Oh my god, it is. Wait, it's kind of like the prince in the Shrek movie too. Oh, what was his name? It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh shit. You know the one that I'm thinking about. Prince Charming? Is it just Prince Charming? I thought there was another name. Okay, yeah, Prince Charming. Oh yeah, Lord Farquaad. Sorry, that's the one I was thinking of. It's Lord Farquaad. He wasn't the prince. Wait, was he a prince? No, he's a lord. Yeah. Lord Farquaad. That's what I'm thinking about. Sorry. The square jawed one. Yes, he's a lord. Yeah, I was like, wait, no, he's not a prince. The lord is right there in the name. Prince Charming was Justin Timberlake? How do he look like again? I have a feeling I remember. Yeah. He does look like Prince Charming too, actually. You know, yeah, I think closer to Prince Charming with the red lips. Yeah. Actually, red lip. Yeah. He's a prince to me. Hi, Jenny. I created the ideal man. So yeah, that was my makeup 101. I hope it made sense. It's a lot, so I tried to cover the most important parts. Actually, let me go back and circle like some stuff that I forgot to, like the eyeshadow. I would say is pretty important as well. Well, actually, the eyes, all three of these, I would say is pretty important. And then for the lips, honestly, a tinted balm. TBH. Like lips, you could do a lot. Like out of all of the makeup that I have the most amount of lip products because there's just so much variety. So I'm trying to keep it simple, but the yeah, you for the lips, I would say go to like a Asian makeup store if possible, if there's one around you, and just try them on your hand and see if like you could blend it and you can fix your mistake. And then if it's like a good saturation or like close to the color that you want. I would say try that instead of buying drugstore brands because that could get really tough. Like because you can't test it on your skin tone, for example, and then you can't feel how it'll feel, you know, because some feel really bad even on your hands. So imagine putting that on your lips. Yeah. What about the removal and just oh no, okay. For the end of the day, I usually use a makeup removing oil or a makeup removing balm. But if you're just gonna do this once, if you're just gonna do this once, there are makeup wipes where you makeup removal wipes that you could just like use and like. I don't like it because it scrubs your face in a very harsh way. But if it's just like a one-time thing, you could just get like a small pack of like makeup removal wipes and then just like use that. Yeah. You want to save yourself time if you just leave it on for tomorrow. No, that's gonna clog your pores. So you get a dedicated makeup remover. Oh yeah, I should write this down. Okay. End of day. EOD. End of the day. Alright? Makeup remover. And remember what I said, if you use false lashes, warm water. Just cup or like either get a towel, put some warm water, like make some warm water and tap it and keep it on your eyes for a little bit, or just like just cup the warm waters and just like cup your eyes and just let it soak for like a bit, okay? And soften up that glue because otherwise it will hurt. I tried it once, it does hurt like a bitch. So just a little bit of warm water, it just goes a long way. Is there a suggested time to take it off? Well, before you sleep, I would say. Because when you sleep, your skin, like your body regenerates, right? So your skin is healing after being put through all of this. So I would say remove it before you sleep. Then your skin could replenish properly. So before you sleep, if you're up and about for 24 hours a day, I mean, your makeup is gonna be melted by the end of it. Because your makeup can only hold up for so long because your skin does still continually produce oil and you sweat and like maybe there's rain, etc. Your makeup is gonna be destroyed by the end of the 24 hours, but like it's just gonna be like if everything got like a little droop down, you know. Everything's just gonna droop down a little bit. So yeah, you won't look the best. You won't look fresh after 24 hours. So before you sleep, put on use makeup remover. There's micellar water. There's makeup remover oils. There's makeup remover balms. But there's also the makeup remover wipes. I like the oil or balm because that gives a little bit of a slip, so you don't like rub your eyes like strongly, and also it doesn't irritate the eyes at all. And then you just like wash it off with warm water and then face wash. Wash that face. This doesn't count as washing your face, okay, everyone? This is just removing the makeup and melting it, okay? It's melting the makeup, but you know what's still there? The makeup remover is still there. And some of that melted makeup is still there. You have to wash that off. You have to wash that shit off, okay? I've seen people be like, oh yeah, makeup remover wipes, I wash my face already. No. Wash your face after you use the makeup remover product. Okay? this you didn't wash your face, you just removed your makeup. So wash that face and then go through your nighttime skin routine. And then go to sleep. Get the beauty sleep. Yeah. So that's it. It's almost as bad as using body spray and never sharing. Yeah, like imagine putting on deodorant and calling it a day. You know? So wash that face afterwards. Alright. I think we covered everything. Huzzah! Oh! I forgot. After after everything, setting spray. I almost forgot. Setting spray. Your clear coat. Yeah, the top coat. We can't forget it. The clear coat. There's a clear coat for makeup. It's a setting spray. when we do the water decals after you put on the setting spray, okay? You could do whatever you want. I was joking about the clear coat. No, it does exist. It's the setting spray. This shit is the goal. Okay? Setting spray. Put that shit on. What I like to do is, if you don't have like I have a miniature like fan, like a electric fan that I bought when I went to Taiwan because it was super humid. So I use that when I'm spraying on the setting spray, so that it all goes to my face and then it dries it at the same time. So, but you could just use like a fan or like a piece of paper to just like fan the spray when you spray it, and then it'll dry. So you don't have to be worried about like a wet face for like 2 minutes. Unfortunately, the setting spray cannot be used on setting hair. It'll just like make whatever's on the surface kind of cling to the surface. It doesn't hold your face in place. It won't put like a cask on your face. So a hair spray would keep that hair like locked in position, right? It's not like keeping whatever oils you put in like locked onto the hair. It's more like locking the whole hair into place. So unfortunately, it's not that strong. Today I learned setting spray kind of like varnish for the face. Exactly, it is the varnish for your face. Sag need to spend more. Yeah, unfortunately, hair sprays are a different thing. But yeah, setting spray, get that. That's great. Especially if you're going all day at a convention in humid weather. This thing will, if you get a good one of like ones with good reviews, this shit will lock in your makeup, okay? This shit is the one that'll be saving your makeup from like just absolutely drowning. Just melting off like, you know, candle wax. So, yeah, that's about it. Yeah, survive a whole day in the artist alley. That's basic makeup 101 for you all. Although we did cover a lot of like non-basic things, like for example contouring. Contouring is a much more advanced technique. So a lot of girls like who do like light makeup don't even touch it either. So don't feel bad if you're like, I'll skip contouring. It's okay. If anything, I skip a lot of stuff. Like I do contour my jaws because I do have Chad-like jaws. In my opinion, I do have very Chad-like jaws. So I do contour that to be a little bit more modest. A little bit more modest, you know. I contour away I chisel away some of my jawline because it could cut a bitch, and then I don't use like full coverage foundation, for example. I use a tint. Yeah, so you don't have to do everything, but for skincare there are essential steps. Extra chat mode, dude. My jawline is so sharp. I know that's like a very desirable trait right now, but it used to be big. It used to be one of my major concerns. Okay, when I was a kid. I'm like, my jaw's so sharp. Oh my god. A jawline built for yaoi. I know it is. My jaws, my jawline is quite prominent. Do you do skincare at night as well? Yes. Yes. I do, like, the majority of the skincare that I do is at nighttime. So for me, if you guys want like a general like rundown of my skincare, more AM, right? For my AM, I rinse face. And then I have a moisturizing toner. Okay, moisturizing toner, and then I'm playing around with my brush for writing, and then I do a serum. The serum is kind of like just to calm the skin, and then like a bit of a rejuvenating. Yeah, it's a rejuvenating serum. But it doesn't have like retinol or anything. Rejuvenating serum. And then I put on moisturizer. A cream. And then I put on sunscreen. Alright. Would a serum be good for razor burn? Honestly, I think so. I think if you get like a, you know, soothing, yeah, there's calming and soothing like face, like serums, even moisturizer too. There's like for like ones that are specifically for calming the face, because like some people get like rosacea and stuff, or like just really irritated skin. There's serums for that, so I think there are things that would help with razor burn as well. I wonder if aloe works for razor burn, because aloe is like the one that's like really great for like sunburns, you know? But there are like yeah, calming, like sunburned calming serums out there. I have sunscreen on all the time, so I rarely get sunburned these days. Is there an agitating serum? I hope. Well, yes. The ones with active ingredients, and what I mean by active is like the ones that like really go into your skin and start doing shit. For example, retinol, right? The ones that use like active ingredients, if you use it every day, it could be too much. There is actually a too much for your skin, so like you don't want to overdo it. So my PM, I have a wash face. And then I have an exfoliating toner. And then I use the same serum. I use the same serum. And then I have a retinol cream. And before I used to have a retinol cream and a moisturizer, but now I have a retinol cream moisturizer. So this is my PMs, and then it goes, and then sometimes I'll have like a mask, like a smile line mask, you know. That one's easy to put on, but I do have like full face masks too sometimes, but like I rarely put that on because it's annoying to put on. And then I have the mask that makes me look like a plastic doll, because this one is like the overnight mask where I just look super shiny because it's kind of like putting Elmer's glue all over your face. And then I just go to sleep like this. And Kozbando will be like, wow, your face is so shiny, plastic shiny. Have you ever scared of Kozbando with any of the masks? I mean, he got used to it by now. I mean, so before, like, I would have like, you know, those like black masks that like take out all your pores. It's like when I was younger, I found out it's a little too abrasive for my face. But that definitely is like, you know, jump scared Ghost Bundle a few times. I think that one jump scared Ghost Bundle a few times. Yeah. Yeah, either got used to them or wise enough not to say anything. Exactly. Exactly. Like the black charcoal mask, it like rips out all your like, uh, you know, like what you would call blackheads, but also everything else. So it was a little like it like ripped your skin a little bit. So I stopped using it because it was a little too much for my skin. I wouldn't recommend it. I would not recommend it to anyone right now. Yeah, just like a gentle acid exfoliator would do wonders. Exactly. So yeah, that's my skin routine. Pretty simple. I also have like dark spot serums that I don't really use too much now because it didn't really do anything. I've boiled it down to this, and then in the winter I may add like a oil or something at the PM. Yeah. So that's it. I hope this helped. I hope this helped people who are interested in the face, like skincare routine or makeup in general. I talked for so long. Oh my god. I was gonna draw afterwards, like work on this thing, you know, that I was working on. But oh right, I forgot. Yes, I forgot the karaoke teaching thing. Don't worry about that. But yeah, I was designing 2 goddesses for one of my story games. It's going somewhere. I really like her design so far. She's like a gyaru. But yes. They're like were they not identical twins? Fraternal twins? Why does that sound weird? Okay, anyways. Do you like your gyarus? Yes. They look like sisters? Yeah, they are sisters. So pretty dreamy, so pretty. Yeah, they're like the Erishkiga. I can't pronounce that. And Ishtar, exactly. I can't pronounce the other one. I need to look up the pronunciation and like practice it. But yeah, I think my throat is dead though. So unfortunately, I think I will just end stream. I'll just put like a makeup 101 instead on the YouTube title, so that there's no one's expecting me to draw something other than this beautiful face right here. This dreamy Prince Charming face right here. Yeah. Thank you everyone. I was supposed to do a Mecha Chameleon. Oh my god, I said Mecha because of a certain friend who thought it was Mecha. Mecha Chameleon tomorrow, but unfortunately that's getting rescheduled. It was supposed to be Slay the Spire today as well, but that also got rescheduled. A lot of it's good that I don't have a schedule up because everything's changing. Yeah. So the next streams are on Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. I'll be part of the Pal World event that Limina and Kanna are hosting. So I'll be participating in that, not at opening, but like 3 hours later at like 3 p.m. And then at nighttime there's Tabletop RPG on 80 Sun's channel. And then on Sunday we're gonna be celebrating Blair's anniversary with Slay the Spire. I can't believe you missed it. I didn't. A friend did, and then I just accidentally blurred it because of that. Because we had the conversation just today. Yeah, giving them a 3-hour head start. It's because like on weekends I usually eat lunch a little late, So I'm like, okay, by 3 I should have eaten lunch. Bees. So yeah, I don't. I never really played Power World before, um, because I wasn't really sure how I felt about it. But after like everything, I'm like, it's fine. And so yeah, there was like a lot of weird info going around, but like after like the dust settled, there wasn't really anything there. So I'm just like, we're good. Yeah, it's like Archibald but Pokemon. Exactly. And then there was like this whole lawsuit with Pokemon, but then like it really was just them trying to be really, controlling of certain aspects that they really didn't have the right to be. So yeah, it was weird. And so I was like, now that most of that is settled, I'm like, okay, it's fine. I looked into it just to be sure because there was a lot of questionable information going around, and then none of it really seemed to have had that much merit to it, as far as I can tell. So I was like, yeah, I'll support it. I support it. It's fine. So yeah. Oh, the new cat pal. Wait, I didn't see the new. I saw like the Lotus Swan pal, which was really pretty. Uh, and then there was like the puppy, like the puffy Pomeranian looking pet. I only know Cativia. Look for the new cat. Oh, it's a. Oh, wait, that's so cute. Yeah, it's like a little like, not a Sphinx cat, but like a very it's like a black cat, but with like very Egyptian motifs, generic Egyptian motifs. You know, not wait. Oh wait, no, there's another one that's actual Sphinx. Oh, I see it. There's like a Sphinx cat. Oh. I click on it, and like the thing that it says on it that I read after clicking on it is new cat wife. guys, calm your dicks, okay? Calm your dicks. But yes, okay. I'm excited to see the new stuff. Yeah, classic gamers. Classic. So that's what we'll be doing. Did you see the app for it? No. Okay, I'll look at it later. I need to rest my voice. It's dying. It's literally dying. And then yeah, and then on Monday. Oh, before I forget, remember, Modest Archive, the submissions are closing. So Monday we're gonna have our deck selection stream. I think anyone who was planning on submitting actually already submitted, most likely. So I don't think I need to remind, but I'll just remind in case. So yeah, thanks for teaching us. Yeah, of course. I may do like a drawing, like Grand Archive based drawing stream on Sunday earlier, just to kind of like remind any Grand Archivers again, but we'll see. Yeah. Alright. Koyasumi. Bye bye.